This video will address the aims and outcomes of the activity, resources needed, as well as engagement and benefits. This activity aims to improve students' addition and subtractions of decimals without calculators, as well as their multiplication and division skills and their understanding of ratios. The desired outcomes of this activity include students thinking logically about ratios, successfully multiplying and dividing fractions and whole numbers, and applying mathematical concepts to real-life scenarios. For this activity, you will require recipe cards, Woolworths shopping catalogue, recipe miscalculation sheets, specialty shopping catalogue, student answer sheets or paper for students to write on, as well as an answer sheet to monitor student progress. All resources can be found using the link to the following Google Drive shown on the screen. Suggested setup for the activity includes a station for miscalculations, multiple shops, a station for recipe cards, as well as area for students to solve the problems. Suggested shop layout includes printing multiple copies of the individual catalogues and cutting out the items and scattering them across tables, as well as swapping out Woolworths items for specialty items. To begin, set up the workstations as shown. Divide students into pairs. Allow pairs of students to choose a recipe card to work through. Explain that there is a given shopping list for items needed to be shopped for, and then allow students to begin working through the questions printed on their recipe cards. Question 1 focuses on a scenario where in each recipe there is one ingredient which has been miscalculated. Students have to look at the miscalculation sheet and find which ingredient that is, and then change the quantities for the remaining ingredients to ensure that the ratio stays the same. As an example, banana bread is told that they only have 70 grams of brown sugar. They then have to look at their ingredients and change the quantities to ensure that the ratio fits. Question 2 sees the students start their shopping experience, starting at Woolworths. They are given a budget which they need to match exactly. To do this, they may need to purchase multiple amounts of a single ingredient, as well as compare similar ingredients to see which one works out cheaper. Each unique budget can be found on each recipe card. Question 3 is similar to question 2, however, students are now using the specialty catalogue, where they have to now buy exact quantities of ingredients. Students are able to use leftover ingredients from their last visit to the shop from question 2, and they're trying to match the original recipe quantities printed at the top of the recipe. As an example, caramel slice has plain flour on its shopping list and requires 250 grams per batch. During the first shop, students could have purchased this as either 400 grams or a 300 gram bag. However, to match their budget for caramel slice, students would have had to purchase the 300 gram bag, leaving them with 50 grams left over. At the specialty shop, flour can be purchased 100 grams for $1.60. As they now only need 200 grams, they should equate this to $3.20. For some ingredients, however, students may be required to figure out the cost of a smaller quantity and then multiply to find their exact quantity. As a bonus question for any students who may finish the activity a little bit faster, we ask the students that they're now tripling their recipe. This asks students to triple each individual ingredient, including cups, which will have them multiplying fractions. This activity is highly engaging as it offers a hands-on learning experience. We also use real recipes and prices, which allow students to immerse themselves in the reality of the activity, and allowing students to select their own recipe gives them an element of choice and further encourages their focus. Finally, benefits of this activity include students being able to increase their skills when working with addition and subtraction of decimals, as well as multiplication and division. They're also given the opportunity to link mathematical concepts to real-life scenarios, and they're able to have fun while working mathematically.